On today's show,
Can the Bulls win without Rondo? Did the Hawks let one slip away? And was John Wall wearing a cape?
can the Raps overcome their ugly Game 6 history? Will home court hold in the Spurs-Grizzlies series?
And Shaq and Kobe reunite in a brand new edition of the Meme Team.
It's Thursday, April 27th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey. Whether you're listening to the podcast, joining us live right now on NBA TV, or a little bit later on YouTube, we're very happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Thanks for joining us.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily.
Lily, and last, certainly not least, over yonder, it is the bearded one, it's Trey Kirby.
Hey,
yo! Trey, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters, and guys, I'm fired up today because we saw one of the greatest fashion or nah moments of all time last night when the Wizards' John Wall showed up to Game 5 wearing a cape. A straight up cape. I don't know if this is a standalone cape or if it's attached to his shirt.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he's wearing a cape. So we gotta play another round of fashion or nah. If you guys like John Wall's cape, it's fashion. If you don't, it's nah. And as you can tell, we upgraded.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's
Pro
like
cape.
It's like superstar chic.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He
What does that mean?
He saved his team there
I
last
get
night.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so
I think even this is nah. This is nah. I mean,
I think it's cool. I'm sure it feels cool to have
Yeah,
it fluttering
flowing up,
behind you.
I'm going nah on this one. I don't think even Trey would
Come
wear a cape.
on, Lee! It's gotta be fashion.
Yeah.
The guy showed up wearing a cape and he plays for the Wizards. It works perfectly. Well, that's just what we think. We want to hear from you, so hop on our Twitter at the starters where you can vote in our poll. Is John Wall's cape fashion or not? Get your votes in now. We'll check out the results a little bit later.
All right, yes, get your votes in.
I got to see Trey in a cape now. I mean,
Say the word tomorrow.
Yeah, he would
I
definitely.
just
wear
didn't have a cape laying around at home. Otherwise,
I've got one if you
hopefully-
want it.
Bring that cape.
well, it's a
I'll wear it
Superman
tomorrow.
cape, but it's a cape
Okay,
nonetheless.
someone's wearing a cape on tomorrow's starters. It's settled. All right, we got a fun show tonight. We got a brand new edition of the Meme Team, and we'll look ahead to tonight's 2 Game 6s in Milwaukee and Memphis. But we're going to start by playing a little Lock It In. It's been a while. If you're new to the show, here's how this works. Trey's going to give us some playoff predictions. We'll debate the likelihood of each one coming true. And if he's 100% convinced, he presses the button and locks it in. If not, it's on to the next one. Trey.
All right, the Chicago Bulls had a 2-0 lead in their first round series with the Celtics. Then they found out Rajon Rondo broke his thumb. Since then, 3 straight losses, including last night's Game 5 where they had more turnovers than made shots in the fourth quarter. Sure feels like the Bulls can't win without Rondo, but should I lock it in?
I think
Yes.
you can lock it in. He is the straw that stirs that drink. And they lost a game where they got a near triple-double from Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
We're finally waiting for that Dwayne Wade game. They got it. They shot 50% in this game. And they still lost because they couldn't come up with enough plays in the fourth quarter because they just get stagnant. They got outscored. The turnovers came because they don't have a real ball handler out there, as you mentioned, Trey. There were way more turnovers than Boston, 10 more, and they allowed 19 more points off those turnovers. I mean, this was the game they should have won. And I don't know if you get another great Dwayne Wade game. I think it's true.
Well, they led by 2 going into that fourth quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, communication was a real problem apparently, because after the game, Dwayne Wade said we'd ran a lot through Jimmy. He didn't shoot. We gave him the ball. He just didn't want to shoot. And then Jimmy said, well, if somebody else has got to go, and I'm going to give the ball to them, and that means Dwayne Wade. And then Hoiberg said we also went to Dwayne Wade a lot of times, a small ball. So
This sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
It
Jimmy
does.
said this.
it is. So I don't. I mean, yeah, we probably do have to lock that in. But the Bulls were right there.
They
got it.
were right there, but I will say this. The Celtics should have won that game by about 25. They went 9 for 40 from 3.
Downtown,
and you
yeah.
go back and watch the tape. There were so many wide
Yeah.
open missed threes. I just don't see that happening again in a Game 6 if Rondo plays or not. I mean, I would lock this in even if Rondo does play. And I would expect Rondo to give it a go in Chicago in Game 6,
quite
even
likely.
with the banged up thumb. He's that type of guy. But I even think if he plays, I think the Celtics, especially with Al Horford, remember after Game 2, I specifically was calling out Al Horford. I said, that guy makes over $100 million. Obviously, you thought he was another superstar to pair with Isaiah Thomas. He's got to give you more than he did in Game 2, which was 7 points on 8 field goal attempts. He has been a beast since then, averaging 18, 9, and nearly 6.5 assists while shooting 59%, 58% from the floor in those 3 games. I think they're a little too much there now with Al and Isaiah because they've figured out even if Lopez plays, and he played pretty good last night, they can put him in pick and roll situations, and Horford can either pop till his heart's content or find shooters. And I think those threes will drop in Game 6.
It was confusing last night to see Butler take the fewest amount of shots
Yeah, it was
he's
weird.
taken in this series
Yeah.
when Rondo is out. You'd think he's got the ball in his hands. Jimmy didn't shoot, apparently. Come on, Jimmy, shoot the ball.
So we're saying lock it in, Trey. And you're a Bulls fan. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry too, but I gotta lock it in!
There you go.
Man, that hurts to lock it in.
Yeah, you got a lot of bow on that.
Yeah, but the Bulls haven't scored 100 without Rondo, and they also haven't held the Celtics under 100 without Rondo. The
Wow.
game is on ESPN Friday. Without Rondo, it's over.
Interpretive dance.
Yeah, you gotta pop and lock it in, that's
Yeah.
right. Nonetheless, if there's such a thing as a foot beef, Jay Crowder and Robin Lopez are in one. A game after they messed with each other's shoes, Crowder leg locked Lopez after a missed shot, eventually leading to a tech for Lopez and nothing for Crowder. I'm guessing the NBA is gonna retroactively issue Crowder a tech, but should I lock it in?
I wouldn't lock
I
that
don't
in.
think so.
No?
No.
That's a leg lock.
Well, it's a tangle. It's a tangle.
Oh,
I mean,
he pulled him in there. I
I
watched
know
this
you-
1,000 times because
Yeah.
it's part of my job description. and at first I thought Robin Lopez maybe stuck his foot there and left it
Yeah,
there
I
so
thought
he
that
could
too,
get a
a little
foul
bit.
call. But after the 950th time, I figured out that Jay Crowder, he pulled his leg in. He pulled it in, and Robin could have got out of there a little faster
Yeah.
to get over
See,
Al
that's
Horford.
the-
He's waiting,
Yeah.
but either way, it's a leg lock.
I agree that Crowder does pull him in, but then he gives him a chance to get out of it,
Yeah.
and Lopez sort of hangs it there a little long.
Yeah, he does.
People think that the NBA might issue Crowder a retroactive tech because of what happened back in 2015 when we had that Gibson Dellavedova leg lock. What did you call it?
The Maribor leg lock.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, but to me, this was much different.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
because of what happened with the kick there. Like, Dellavedova does the leg lock, and then Gibson kicks him. Now, he got ejected from that game.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of the skirmish was because of that, and so that's why I felt like the NBA sort of had to feel like they had to give Dellavedova
Yeah.
something. But nothing really happened from this except Robin Lopez doing the sarcastic clap and then getting the tech.
Yeah,
But he was applauding the
I
referee.
agree with you. Crowder did it on purpose, but I
Yeah.
don't think the NBA will
He did it,
slap him with
but
it.
then he just pulled out of it just with enough time. I think that'll
Well,
save
because
him.
watch the ref pops
Yeah.
in, you're like,
Yeah.
I better get out of the way and then give up
Here
this.
comes Al Horford.
Yeah, exactly. And then-
What also happened was
Yeah.
Robin called it bull poop. Now, if you're a member of the Chicago Bulls, do you have to call it bull poop? Because he also called it horse poo. Either way, I don't know.
Either way, it's good. All right, so we're torn on this one, Trey. What are you saying?
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leg lock it in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm with
You
you.
know, the deli tech, this was so obvious, right in the middle of the lane. Just two guys, you gotta lock it in. And I think it's the right call. Anyways, after last night's Wizards win, they lead their series with the Hawks 3-2. The home team has won every game so far and looked all right doing it. The next one is here at the Fortress in Fortress in Atlanta. I'm thinking Wizards Hawks is going to Game 7, baby! But should I, lock it in?
Yeah, I'd lock it in.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, down here in Atlanta, the Wizards have not been very good. The Hawks have been outstanding. They've been in actually all 3 games that they've lost as
Right.
well, Atlanta. Game 6 at home, they know their season's on the line. I think they're going to do it. They've won by a combined 28 points in the games down here and only lost by 19 in the 3 losses in Washington. It's a completely different team.
That's true, but I wouldn't lock it in. I think that type of loss can really take the wind out of your sails as a team. It was really close in the fourth quarter. You got a great game from Dennis Schroeder. He's basically playing John Wall, 1-to-1 there. This is the type of game where teams that win that 2-2 series or win that 2-2 game close it out, and that's why they win 82% of series. I think it just takes the wind out of yourselves. We could have had this one. This was the game that we could have stole on the road.
Also, what was happening at the end of this game with the Hawks? I mean, Millsap drove in. They're down 4, and we have it here. Millsap drives in. Okay, he's trying to either draw the foul, obviously hit the bucket, doesn't. There are less than 40 seconds to go, and you're down 4 and you're the Hawks. They will not foul here.
Yeah.
Why?
Good
What
question.
is the reasoning on this?
Yeah.
I mean, like, the Wizards are like, they're not going to foul us here. They're not even really pressuring us. We'll just let the clock go down, and it will end in Wall missing a jumper, and then Gortat making maybe just as questionable decision, putting the shot back up instead of pulling it out
Yeah, that
himself.
was-
But this was very weird clock management from Bud and the Hawks here. I just can't. I can't even wrap my head around why you would even think this is a good move.
Yeah, I guess the 4 points makes you feel that it's technically only a 1-possession game, but it's not. It's really a 2-possession game, so you have to get 2 possessions out of that, and they couldn't do that. Even the way they moved the ball around
At the end,
was
they're
really
like, let's
bad
get
as well.
4 passes before we
I
get
think
a shot.
it's
How is
just-
it a one-possession game, though?
Well, it's 4. You can score 4 points on one
The
Plus-
very
plus
rare
one?
4-point
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
You don't have Crawford on the Hawks. last I
No,
checked. He
no.
used to play there, but yeah.
But
That was
usually, you know, they say 5 points is the minimum of 2 possessions. But we know in that situation,
Yeah.
4 points really is 2 possessions because you're gonna have to foul to give up at least 1 point. You think?
Back to the game 6, though, like moving into this and whether or not you should lock in game 7. I wouldn't, just because these two teams are so inconsistent. And I don't even mean from game to game. I like from quarter to quarter. Like last night, there were so many times where I thought the Wizards were like, it's over. They're just going to kill the Hawks here. They were up 11 at one point. Looks like the game was over. Timeout, Bud, and then they come back and the Hawks rip off an 11-0 run. Like the Wizards are lacking like a little bit of that, I don't know, that killer instinct. So that makes me, I don't know what to expect in games.
Yeah, I wonder what sort of performance we're going to get out of Dwight Howard back here in Atlanta. He's been really good in those 2
Yeah.
games. But again, in the fourth quarter, he barely played last night. And when he's on the floor in that fourth, he doesn't do anything. But he's been great in Atlanta, so who knows?
Yeah, he just looks a little stiff out there.
Yeah.
That doesn't look all that mobile. I just think they felt like they had a game that they could have had. And, you know, when you go back in the locker room and you think, oh, man, we could have had that one, that's when the series is over. If you start doubting yourself, I go Wiz.
All right, Lee says lock it in, Trey. We say do not do that because these teams are very inconsistent. What are you saying?
Lee's very smart. We're gonna lock it in! This is the Hawks, guys! We gotta
Exactly.
use that Zaza clip. That's really the only reason. And, you know, they always win in Atlanta.
So who's going to do the Zaza taking the mic and yelling, we're going to game 7, baby?
Ersan.
Ursan
Ursan.
Ilyasova. Great pick there, Lee. Great pick. All right, we got to take a break. But when we return, don't run anywhere, Pop. We got a brand new edition of the Meme Team. Come on back. Back with the starters. Every Thursday, guys, we scour the internet to bring you the Meme Team, our favorite weird and wacky moments from the past 7 days.
At number 5, Greg Popovich. He's a funny guy. Don't let anyone tell you different. Tries to beat a cameraman behind him there. Yeah. Try and backpedal. Well done. The best meme came from Srikar, who said, "Bae, come over. Pop, can't, I'm busy. Bae, I'm a skilled international player likely to be available in the second round of the NBA draft. Pop, I'm coming for you." Yeah. Another great meme came from Trey Kirby. There's the tickle monster. He's coming for you, Pop.
At number 4, what do you call Shaq discussing Shakespeare? Well, a whole bunch of spoiler alerts.
Shaquille O'Neal will now spoil 5 Shakespeare plays in 5 seconds. Hamlet,
Hamlet dies.
Julius Caesar,
Julius Caesar dies.
Romeo and Juliet,
Romeo and Juliet die.
Othello.
Othello dies.
All's well that ends well.
It ends well.
At number 3, 2 incidents involving shoe drama this week in the NBA. Robin Lopez lost his shoe, so Jay Crowder threw it out of bounds. And Robin took Jay out of bounds, tried to put on his shoe, but decided I'm going to untie Jay's shoe while putting on my shoe.
Oh, so weird.
Very weird. Very strange
The
situation.
game is afoot.
Apparently Jay, good stuff. Marcin Gortat decides I'm going to tie my shoe in the middle of a possession.
At least he's on offense.
Yeah.
Well, I love his reaction here. What? You couldn't have waited for me? I had to tie my shoe in the middle of a play.
At number 2, Kobe Bryant performs a slam poem about the 90s sitcom Family Matters.
Steve. Stefan. Steve. Stefan. Who am I? What have I done? As one man retracts and fades the black, the other appears in the place he was at. Face in a mask, he doesn't react. Just looks in the mirror, a stranger stares back and asks, "Then I ain't doing that."
It was worth it.
That's awesome.
At number 1, LeBron continued his first round dominance, sweeping the Indiana Pacers, and here come the memes. Oh, he gets Lance back.
Yeah, role reversal.
Yeah. Well done. A little dodgeball? Oh. Sure.
Sorry, Teague.
See you, Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
Oh, see you, Lance. Oh, one-on-one with Paul George, the grand finale.
Here we go. Here we go.
What's gonna happen?
I have an idea.
Great stuff. Also, Cycle gave us Jurassic Park. We're going way back here. Take care of business. We're going to show you the whole movie.
Where's
Newman?
The whole series. Well done from Cycle. So there it is.
No. Here's the whole movie.
You weren't kidding.
LeBron taking care of biz. Acting like T-Rex himself.
All right, there it is. The meme team. After the jump, though, we're going to look ahead to tonight's 2 Game 6s in Milwaukee and Memphis. Can the Raps and the Spurs close their series on the road? Come on back.
The Starters on NBA TV is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, proud partner of the NBA. Do your friends proud. Please drink responsibly.
TNT doubleheader tonight, 2 Game 6s. Start with the Raptors versus the Bucks. Toronto trying to end that series, leading at 3-2, followed by the Spurs and Grizzlies. Spurs looking to close that one out in 6, but as we've been doing the last couple weeks here, looking ahead to these games, Trey's got the big cues as we get ready for tonight's action. Trey.
We all know the Raptors are great at losing game 1s, but did you know they've also lost 4 straight game 6s?
Yes,
True.
we did.
They've got one tonight in Milwaukee with a chance to finish off the Bucks. So can the Raptors overcome their past game 6 failures?
I like the Bucks in this one. When a team gets spanked in this series, the other team comes back.
That's true.
And do you expect 3 straight good games from the Raps? That's my predicament in picking this game. I just think the Bucks will come out better. Jason Kidd has beaten Toronto at home in a Game 6 a few years ago with Brooklyn Nets. I think he'll have his guys ready, especially after a spanking.
I'm interested to see how Norm Powell goes tonight because he's had 2 very good games. I expect he'll be in the starting lineup there again. And he took a lot of the weight off DeMar DeRozan in that last game, and I think that's a really important factor for the Raptors if they are going to win. It can't be just so heavily relied on Lowry and DeRozan.
Yeah.
You need someone else to score and to get baskets. And if they do that, then it just opens things up for Toronto.
I desperately want the Raptors to win this Game 6, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a Raptors fan, but I think it would help for NBA fans in general because I think it would at least give us a little bit of encouragement heading into a Cavs-Raptors series if the Raps could just go out and, like Tad said, win 3 in a row and take care of business, which they can't usually do in winning a Game 6.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think it would at least give us a little something more to a possible Cavs-Raps series than if they go out and, like they've done before, put up a stinker and then have to maybe get it done in Game 7, and maybe that's not even a guarantee, right? So, I just sort of hope, and I think they do actually, Dave, because the one counter here is, when Norm has started and when they've gone small with Serge as their starting 5, they haven't been beaten yet by the Bucks in this series. So they've got that going for them, but you're right, it's always tough to think the Raps can do something that you would expect them to, because we thought they were going to win Game 1, or at least I did, and they didn't do that either.
Well, they continue to share the ball. That's the biggest question. If they do that, then they look like a different team than the one that got beaten by the Cavs last year, and they have that defensive component. You know, they are different with Serge Ibaka and PJ Tucker in that lineup. So who knows with
we
this
will
team?
see. All right, Trey, next one.
The home team has won every game in the Spurs-Grizzlies series, and Game 6 is in the Grindhouse tonight. So will the Grizzlies hold home court?
Yes, I think they will.
You were hesitant.
Yeah, I am hesitant because it's the San Antonio Spurs, and we just know that they know how to finish off teams, especially when it comes to elimination games. But the Grindhouse has been a tough place for the Spurs to play all season long, and they had a great chance in the last game in Game 4 there at home, went to overtime, but the Grizzlies pulled it out again. Great stat I found today from Mike Wallace. The Grizzlies have been outscored by 60 points in the 66 total minutes Mike Conley has been off the floor in this series.
Yeah.
That just shows how important he is to that team. Everything flows through him. He knows how to score, he knows how to get to the rim, he knows how to shoot threes. He also knows how to facilitate other guys and defend as well. He's been so key. This sums up Mike Conley's whole career, really. Underrated player.
Right.
Don't recognise just how important he is to that team. But I think the Grizzlies do it tonight.
I like the Spurs in this one. The Grizzlies have lost their last 4 elimination games, 2 of them being to the San Antonio Spurs. I think the Spurs can just close them out. And the Spurs are turning it on at the right time. They know how to get hot. Kelly Dwyer, great article at Yahoo about this today. They're just feeling good. And the Grizzlies, you know, as good as they are, they've got some superstar performances in this series, but Kawhi Leonard had a game off in Game 5. He kind of just chilled because, you know, he took 16 shots in that one, and that's not chilling for some guys, but for him, with the way Patty Mills and Manu were going, he kind of just got the ability to relax, so I expect a good Kawhi in this game. I expect the Spurs to win a road game in this series.
Right.
This is probably the one for me.
Yeah, the question is, like you said, like Kawhi is going to be good. He's been dominant through this entire series. But will those role players, will they travel? And that's been the case in a lot of these series. It's like those role players, for whatever reason, they're very solid at home. And when they go on the road, they struggle. So if Kawhi gets any little bit of help tonight, I'm with you. I think the Spurs wrap this one up in 6 tonight on the road in a very tough place to play where they haven't won, as you said, all season long.
I hope we see another one like Game 4, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's probably the best game of the playoffs so far
Yeah.
on Saturday night. Yeah, the Grizzlies and the Spurs in overtime. All right, we got to take one more break, but when we come back, Lily hits us with the very solid play. So don't go anywhere. You're watching The Starters, presented by Jack Daniels, Tennessee Honey. We asked you, was John Wall's cape last night fashion or nah? You guys have weighed in on the starters poll. Trey, you got the results.
Yeah, 55% of people say, nah, not fashion. I guess they weren't ready for the cape t-shirt. Maybe we can change some minds tomorrow. I don't know.
Are you wearing a cape tomorrow?
Lee tells me he's gonna bring me his son's cape, so I will be wearing a child's cape for the show
tiny
tomorrow.
cape.
Yeah, tiny cape. Small flights, just local.
Okay, can't wait. Lily, where are we going for VSP?
We're going out to Washington for a quick one here from the Wizards, and it's Brandon Jennings here slicing up Jose Calderon here in the crossover. Here it is.
ham.
Whoop. Just like ham. There's Bojan Bogdanovic finishing it off.
That's a sexy play, Lee.
Yeah,
That's sexy.
Well, look, there's only 2 games on, so you have to bend the rules a little here, and that's a beautiful pass.
That's
That's a beautiful finish. That's what I call a very solid play.
Quite solid. Now it's time for our fan of the night.
Okay, who gets it?
Former Vice President Joe Biden in the house in
Yeah.
Washington. And he gives the finger gun.
Yes.
Little point there.
That's his move.
That's his move.
Tomorrow, guys, we got the show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. But before all that, we'll hit you with another classic edition of the Starters Drop podcast. Get it up around noon or 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll get into, obviously, the remaining series, and we could have some potential new series to start predicting. We could have by tomorrow Spurs Rockets and Raps Cavs. That depends whether or not the Raps and the Spurs can close out their series tonight. But we will see. We got fan side.
Anthony and his bud from Vancouver drove all the way down to Portland on Saturday night
Nice.
to see the Blazers and the Warriors. Didn't come away with a win, but great effort, guys.
Yeah, nice signs. That's a bit of a drive, isn't it?
6 hours, they said.
Oh,
Yeah.
respect.
A beautiful drive, apparently.
Yes, beautiful. Again, quick look at tonight's TNT doubleheader. Raps, Bucks, Spurs, Grizzlies. Should be good ones. See you guys tomorrow night.
All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Join us tomorrow because someone will be wearing a cape. That's a guarantee.
That guy. Brace the night, people.